Hello, welcome back to Mountaineer News 2, and this is a brand new series. Yes, this is basically called Drawing and Chatting. I just made up that name right now. What is this series exactly? Well, basically this series is basically where I draw and talk about the NFL. This is basically an easy way to just discuss NFL topics while just being bored. So I might as well get started now. And today we're going to be discussing, on the first ever episode, the Myles Garrett trade. So, if you've been living under a rock for a while, Myles Garrett, the Browns' only good player, or the Browns' most significant player, or the best player in their rebirthed franchise, has been traded to the Rams. Despite the Browns pledging that they will never, ever trade him, they traded him to the Rams. In return, they got Jared Verse, a solid player, a 2027 first-round pick, a 2028 second-round pick, and a 2029 third-round pick. This was definitely a shock. I remember I was just chilling on my computer and literally almost spitting out something. I don't even think I was even drinking anything. And I was like, what? The Browns didn't do that. Like, the only major headline up until that point was Russell Wilson becoming a CBS sportscaster. So, yeah. Now, how do I feel about this? Well, as a Steelers fan, you definitely could say I feel happy that he's out of our division, which I am. But also, at the same time, I don't know what Cleveland's doing here. Now, I've heard a lot of people take Cleveland as the winner of this trade, and you could definitely make the argument. The Browns are getting a good chunk of draft picks. They're trading an older player away to another team in exchange for a younger player in a similar position. And they are not in win-now mode, and they're, well, committing to the rebuild. And honestly, that definitely could be a sound argument, but what the Browns gave up, and this is why I think the Browns kind of messed up here, what the Browns gave up is franchise credibility. A lot of players and fans have placed all their hopes and dreams in the franchise into Myles Garrett. And he has essentially become the symbol of Cleveland. Right up there to LeBron James or something like that. Either the LeBron James is with the Lakers. But, honestly, I feel like this is the point where many Browns fans just simply give up. I mean, you lost the player that has been essentially the symbol of your franchise for all those years. Like, yes, you are getting all this good benefits, but the cost is going to be really hard to swallow. And let's be honest, even with all these picks, how are they going to succeed? There has been nothing that Cleveland has done that shows that they are successful. And many people are arguing, well, they had a good draft. They haven't even played it down yet. Do you really think we should judge the Cleveland Browns off of talent development? No. And I'm pretty sure that Jared Verse is trying to do everything he can to probably get out of Cleveland. And honestly, I can't blame him. The signs are very clear early on. Cleveland's tanking. Like, Cleveland is absolutely 100% tanking next year. They are definitely going to... They're going to be tanking. Because we know that they are not winning with Deshaun the Toucher Watson or with Shedeur Sanders, who has basically become the biggest meme in the NFL. They are not, under any circumstances, winning with any of those guys. And honestly, yeah, Cleveland is going to probably have a top 5 pick next year. I'm already calling it. A top 5 pick next year will belong to Cleveland. as for the Rams, everyone has been yelling that the Rams are officially Super Bowl bound, as they have essentially done the exact same thing when they got Matthew Stafford almost 5 years ago. And they won the Super Bowl with Matthew Stafford in LA. And this year's Super Bowl is also in LA. Now, I did see a funny conspiracy video by this random guy, I think his name was Jason Whitlock, who says that this is an NFL conspiracy to which the NFL is basically trying to make sure that their LA teams are successful. Like, it's ridiculous, and I honestly don't take that seriously. It's honestly nothing but that hooky-gooky crap thing to try to make Roger Goodell look bad. I don't know. Anyway, do I think the Rams are Super Bowl bound? Not so fast. I mean, they still have the 49ers, and they still have the Seahawks, and not to mention that they are definitely going to be facing one of the NFL's tougher schedules. So, Super Bowl is definitely a little bit, it's not a guarantee for the LA Rams. But I will say that their chances of making the Super Bowl are definitely a lot higher. Do I think they're going to make it to the Super Bowl? I'm not sure yet, but I am working on my predictions for all the teams. And let's just say that the Rams are definitely going to be one of the best teams in the NFL. But it should be interesting to watch the Rams with their all-in push. I mean, the Rams have been known to, well, they did it one time and now they're going to do it again. So, now the question people have been asking, and the question that many people are trying to answer is, who's the winner? Well, we don't really know the winner until, well, actual games happen. Because, well, if we can remember, people were talking about how the Russell Wilson trade, Denver had already won it, even though when that actually happened, the trade proved to be an absolute disaster. And I think that's why more people are more cautious when it comes to talking about big trades. Because, well, they saw the Russell Wilson trade, and now they're more skeptical. Do I think this is like the Russell Wilson trade? No. Myles Garrett is still in the prime of his career, and in my opinion, I think he's probably going to be one of the most formidable players in the NFC. I think it'll probably definitely be a win-win if Cleveland plays their cards right. I mean, Cleveland could definitely take advantage of that first-round pick. Now, presuming that the Rams, if they are good next year, have like a later-round pick, and they get a pick right around the 20s range, then Cleveland could definitely pick up a solid maybe offensive lineman or, heck, maybe a quarterback if there's no like really good quarterbacks like in this draft. But yeah, those are definitely the options. It could really go either way. Both franchises could come out as winners with this whole thing. And yeah. Now, as we are here, I could also talk a little bit about the A.J. Brown trade, which was the worst kept secret in NFL history. Like, we all knew that this trade was going to happen. Like, we all knew it. We all knew it. And, let's be honest, I definitely think that Philadelphia is probably going to come out the winner. They got a toxic player out of the locker room who is a little bit overrated. You drafted someone who could definitely be better and a lot more quieter in Lemon. And you still have Devontae Smith. So, really, I wouldn't be too concerned about Philadelphia, as Philly has been known to fleece some teams and to bamboozle them. Because Howie Roseman, he's a genius. An absolute genius. As for the Patriots, well, I will say the Patriots now found a true number one receiver for Drake May. Maybe Mike Vrabel could teach A.J. Brown a little bit of his moves. I don't know. But, still, I think it's definitely a solid for both teams. The Eagles get out of a nasty, toxic relationship with a diva wide receiver. And the Patriots get someone who is honestly probably going to be their top receiver for next year. And lastly, as I finish up the drawing, we got to talk about Christian Watson's contract extension. So Christian Watson, despite definitely not being the best top receiver in the country, he is a little bit overrated in some aspects, but he has been a serviceable wide receiver for the Green Bay Packers. Just received a 4-year, $100 million sum extension. And I'm not criticizing Christian Watson. I think he's a decent wide receiver who has definitely led the Packers offense to solid heights. But you're definitely overpaying him. You could have given him a lot less money. I think the contract's a little excessive. A little excessive is to say the least. And many people online agree. I definitely get his injury prones, but when he's on the field, he's definitely solid. I mean, Green Bay really needs to keep the ship together, as last year ended in disaster, starting the year 9-2 and finishing the year 9-7-1, and choking to the Bears in the playoffs. Honestly, it's kind of hilarious when you think about it. But yeah. Anywho, I think that's probably going to do it for today. I hope that this format and this style of just talking to a camera without a script and talking about my NFL opinions is interesting to you guys. If not, I'll probably will not do it again. This might be the first and last episode. It just depends on the response. But if I'm ever bored and I just want to ramble in front of a camera, this is what I'll do. Let's just add the finishing touches to this character. Just finish the pants. Well, that's gonna do it here today. Anywho, that's the end. Here's the drawing. I'm Mountaineer News 2. Good night.